welcome back to High Africa.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yep, welcome back. Now you are a regular, so
This is home.
so I'm excited to have you here again. Of course, today discussing something different about the technology space, but I'm excited about the other discussion we had. I've met people who have been telling me that the Africa agenda was well represented.
Yeah.
And what we did there was to archive a discussion that young ones will look up to later on. They'll find it.
Yeah.
And they will reference that in some assignments or some discussion at a later stage.
So let's keep it going because Africa is huge. 54 states thereabout, lots of things to talk about and lots of things to follow up from there. So anytime we have the space, we keep that subject going.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm excited to have you today because we have to talk about the subject, about an app idea and product that you're building. So one of the exciting things that I wanted to talk to you today is because you and I have spoken about an app idea that you have. And for people's information, High Africa, we talk about apps that have been developed and those that are yet to be developed, ideas that are, I'll call them revolutionary. So I'm excited to have you here. So today we're talking about ZONSE app, which I am calling it like a smart search for Africa's digital future to an extent. But let me give you a bit of an intro before you come in, Dr. Munthali. So ZONSE app is not just a search engine. It's a hyperlocal AI-powered assistant tailored for Malawi and the African continent. It aims to connect users, especially SMEs and rural population, to relevant, contextual, and voice-friendly tools for productivity, access to verified information, financial management, and beyond. So from stock tracking to invoice generation, voice search in local languages to offline content access, ZONSE app is laying the groundwork for people's first digital future. Well,
sounds mouthful. Yeah. But that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like ZONSE. So you expect it to be full, to have a lot of elements in there.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start from here. Like, what's a core problem ZONSE is solving that global platforms maybe are not solving? Like, what is it that you want to solve with this app? And you can just tell me the idea behind ZONSE.
So yeah, thank you very much, and glad to be back in this space, talking the issue of the future of not just Africa, but the world is ICT, technology, but particularly applications.
Yeah.
So the word ZONSE, as you say, it's an app that we try to solve many problems as experienced in Malawi. I have to give a background that I've worked before in the education sector, and now I'm also working in the governance sector. The two historical contexts of myself demands that I go around my country, 28 district councils, into the rural. And I've seen a lot of what I would call gaps in terms of lots of good things that are happening out there, but for people to access the broader IT world, it's been a challenge. So that's where we've been thinking about an application that would solve many of their problems. So our problem statement, basically, we want to solve access to technology for small and medium enterprises. Basically, dealing with limited access to digital tools, poor visibility online, and a lack of a localized sub-regional by regional Southern Africa kind of a tool that could help bridge the digital divide between a local person, a rural person, and bridge that gap between those that are able to access and those that are unable to access. So for us, we want to enhance access to the digital environment, to the digital world, across mostly the small and medium enterprises.
Amazing. You see, I agree with the divide. That when we're looking at access of information, for instance, or visibility of businesses or anything, it's very little of Malawi is known. And I think that becomes funny when you try to search for something.
Yeah.
So if you want to search, for instance, for Malawi is gifted with people that are able to do these things, clay pots, misuko or something. And you
crafts.
right? You want to buy something like that, you can hardly find you find like a middleman, who has just got it from the village or in some places, and it's there, which translates that. But our digital penetration or digital influence is based on the middlemen that are there, which is okay. But we have to find a way to bridge that gap to also reach people that can't access now by so many barriers. And one of the barriers is language. What is it that you're thinking about language? And I see that you're already thinking ahead about how to take advantage of local languages.
Yes, so one of the unique features, by the way, the ZONSE app will be an AI search engine, but localized on context. So one of the key features that why we want to enhance access, one, we want it to be accessed even offline. So one can be offline and be able to, send messages that will later on be uploaded even online. But we also want it to have a voice-enabled search engine. Like if you cannot, for example, type in English or whatever, you should be able to use your local language. We are mainly thinking of Tumbuka and Chewa. And in not so long from now, we are also thinking of probably penetrating the East African language, Swahili. So Swahili, one would also say, is the language of Africa because it is spoken by not less than 500 million people across the Africa region. So we want even people with low literacy levels, literacy defined in being able to read and write in English. People who are not even as literate, but they can use their voice to be able to search for something they want. You talked about doing business. Somebody is having the arts and crafts in the rural area, should be able to say, I'm selling pots and I'm in Chitipa. I'm selling pots for hotels or lodges and I'm in Sanje. So the app should be able to understand that and be able to bring together potential buyers of that art or whatever you are selling and be able to connect you without a middleman. Middlemen are fine, but even on yourself. So the digital bridge I'm talking about is even the producers of whatever can be sent on the market can be found even by a local person. So we want to make sure that the digital economy is accessible not just to the elite. The digital economy is accessible even to my grandmother, even to my sister in the village, who is able to access this ZONSE app through the language of their choice. And we're not just talking of business, we're also talking of people that have got special skills. When you're driving, I'll give an example. When we're driving to do a program in the rural part of Malawi and we've experienced a car problem, it could be radiator or something, I should be able to reach my app and say, I'm in the middle of Karonga or whatever, anybody who is able to deal with this. And the app should be able to connect me to the service provider. So it's this kind of SME enhancement that we're excited about.
Amazing. What you're trying to build is big.
For sure.
It's big, because if you think about it, these all-in-one kind of apps are there. I think the most successful one that is known is the WeChat, because it has all these elements. You chat, you find information. It's more or less like an ecosystem of different products that are helping people. But I think one of the characterization of a successive app of that nature is localization, because it works, for instance, in China because of the context. And I wanted you to interface with that thought, and maybe reflect on why is it important for a country like Malawi to build its own intelligent search and assistant engine. Why is it important to be thinking about contextual data and AI that speaks to our context?
It's very important because, one, this is a search engine which also introduces them to a digital dashboard that speaks to the issues that they can relate to. For example, a young person or any person has found a job in Blantyre and they are coming from outside Blantyre and they're in Blantyre for the first time. They should be able to use the app and say, I'm in Blantyre for the first time. Where can I find a single bed sitters accommodation in such as an area? The app, not just a physical person, should be able to connect them to
Yeah.
people that have got those facilities. Or you are an event organizer, you want to organize an event, you are in Lilongwe and you have not been there, the app should be able to do things and solve things for you well in advance.
Yeah.
And the reason for technology is it must help to solve our problems.
Yes.
Not just theoretical problems, but our real problems. I'm looking for something and I'm looking for it in Malawi, then it must help to solve these problems right in Malawi. That's why the ZONSE app, using the AI as a search engine, the introductory search engine, is going to help Malawians solve their own problems. But it's not just a Malawi thing, as I said. We are also looking at the Malawi neighbors. Malawi shares boundaries with Zambia. And a lot of Zambians also speak Chewa, which is like Chichewa or Chinyanja, and then some Tumbuka. And we are also working on a possibility of Swahili, so that Malawi also interfaces very well with the neighbors. So the ZONSE app eventually can also penetrate into the regional market, which eventually will enhance the digital business, the digital economy for our small and medium enterprises in Malawi. So for us, it's an exciting model, because then Africa is going towards a bigger trade zone. So even our small SMEs can grow their economy through this app.
True. I think apps have a space in people's lives, specifically if you're housed in the space of as an SME, for instance, or just as an individual trying to do something, or maybe even bigger corporations. I think we need contextual apps.
Yes.
All we have right now is global apps. We use Facebook. We do
TikTok.
TikTok and a bunch of these ones. But I think what you're proposing goes beyond that in principle, to provide this kind of connection, one, for individuals,
Yes.
but bridging the gap specifically of local language, and even maybe a bit of access.
Yes.
And we'll talk about the features later on. But I want you to, one of the things that I always talk about when it comes to technology is that technology is nothing without use cases. Technology is nothing if it does not speak to a person. So personal stories, or having a persona in your product provides answers. So I want you to give me a hypothetical kind of a situation. Let's say a day in a life of a smallholder business, or like a small business, for instance, using ZONSE app. What will they experience? What kind of world are you building for this small enterprise?
So let's take a typical rural SME. And I can pick anyone. So I prefer someone maybe who's selling sweet potatoes.
Yes.
In a rural setting. Their normal days, they'll come from their home, maybe park the sweet potatoes on their bicycle and go by the side road, selling their potatoes on the side road. That's their market. By random chance, maybe 5 people will buy from them, something like that. With a ZONSE app, we envisage this person to grab, even with a low bandwidth phone, even if they are unable to read English, they can voice into that and say, I'm Mishek Munthali, I am in this spot in Malawi, it could be southern Malawi, central Malawi, whatever. I have got X volume of sweet potatoes, and it's selling at so much. If you happen to pass by here today, I am at this spot. They are on the same spot where they're used to selling to 5-10 people, but because of ZONSE app, they don't know on that day who's going to pass by that, who have heard them, that they're in that space. So suddenly they can reach potentially 100 customers because of the ZONSE app. Or a service provider who is able to fix maybe cookers or fix whatever. Maybe ordinarily they are only reached by 2 people, but because of the ZONSE app, they can market their skill and speak potentially to beyond Malawi, and therefore they can be reached for a bigger market potential. So we think this is revolutionary, because it will uplift the small, medium enterprise people from being small. Maybe they'll start entering the middle level, and who knows, maybe higher level. So when you empower an SME with access to the global market or the regional market, then we believe this is very important, because it will also enhance their marketability beyond of what they've imagined before.
Yeah. I work in the development space, so I understand what you're talking about, because it speaks to access to market, which is a big problem. that so many organizations are trying to solve right now, uh, be it in agriculture, be it in industry and trade at different levels. There is a kind of like push
Yes.
to make sure that there's access to markets. Anything that presents an opportunity for Malawian and African to be able to reach a much wider market, I'm in for it. Was traveling this week, and we were talking about this other place, the Zulu.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're looking at a lot of tomato
Yeah.
and stuff.
Horticultural products.
Yeah, and sometimes we're like, yeah, this is where people, if they don't sell today, they don't sell at
Things get,
all.
but these are perishables.
Perishables,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And this is big issue because it speaks to the opportunities that God has given Africa or even Malawi, where you have seasons where you have a lot of mangoes, but these mangoes are supposed to be supplied globally all year long.
Yeah.
But we can't because we're failing to take advantage of understanding which markets are there.
Yes.
So we could do more beyond what we're doing. So I wanted just to compliment that thinking.
Thank you.
Because quite important. There's so many. I want to check your inspiration. And I want to check your might be inspiration, but it might also be vision. And I think you've said it that you're thinking about how Africa can benefit from this. But how do you look at this growing in Africa? How do you look at this inspiring other products in Africa? For me, every time I think about a big idea,
Yes.
I think about how it will multiply.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think would happen if the ZONSE app is so successful and has branched off?
So that's the aim. Actually, inspiration-wise, personally, I've been on this since maybe 5-6 years ago.
Wow.
I remember that we were on a business visit to Dubai, and how you could easily find where to buy what in your room through the phone, because you could say, okay, I'm in Dubai, I want this. You type on the phone, and then somehow something would connect you to where you would get that.
Yeah.
So it was easier for us to say, I want to buy maybe curtains, and here in Dubai, this is the best place where I can find this. So also in Malawi, there are a lot of talented young people. There are also talented women and youth who are suffering silently with this excitement that they have, maybe a product or a service. I think with the ZONSE app, they have something that they can use to try and expose themselves.
Yeah.
Now, once they get to have that exposure on the app, the boundary is not just Malawi. As I said, we want to penetrate Malawi, Zambia, and then go into East Africa. And for me, the ZONSE app, if it became successful, it will make life very, very easy for travelers, for cross-border business.
Yeah.
Even for connectivity,
Yeah.
ICT to ICT, service provider to service provider. You could say, okay, I am into the digital space and I'm a Malawian and I'm visiting Uganda on such a day. I would like to connect. The ZONSE app should be able, through Swahili, connect you to the people in Uganda. And in no time, you have people that can welcome you in Uganda and you work as a team. Or you can work in your comfort zone and collaborate on any project. So I think it will work in real time or offline, but it can connect people of same interest, of same service profile. So I think it is making a better Africa and not a bottled up Africa. In fact, it will break the theoretical boundaries that were imposed on Africa at independence. So business-wise, intellectual-wise, trade-wise, this is actually the Africa Free Trade Zone. The ZONSE app is already getting there for us. That you don't have to be bothered by the boundaries. Through digital technology, seamlessly you can do business.
This is nice.
That's the
This
inspiration.
is nice. You know, I am finding this interesting on the basis that I know how the West has done so much.
Yes.
And if you are in the West, you can easily use most of their existing apps and you find things.
Yeah.
And essentially, even when you're here, even if you do, of course, it asks you, for instance, if you're using Google, it asks you to say which location you're, so it can give you something that is closer.
Yeah.
But you find that most of the things that are closer were either set up but they're not used. And there's a barrier to entry by basic things like, of course, language is not basic, but it should be.
Yeah.
If we want to be serious about inclusion.
Yeah.
I think local apps, like, and this is ZONSE app, has a Chichewa name. Is it Chichewa? ZONSE?
It's a Chichewa name.
Yeah.
If it came into Tumbuka, you could say Vyonse, but so it actually aligns. It's a Bantu thing. ZONSE, Vyonse, you know, everything in it.
Yeah, there's a Yao speaker here. ZONSE will be what in Yao? Yose? I thought it was Yao.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be.
It's a Bantu thing. So it will connect us to Tumbuka, it will connect us to Chewa or Nyanja.
Yeah.
And we must find a Swahili equivalent. Because
Yeah.
for us, once we hit the Swahili equivalent, because it's a big market.
It's a big market, yeah. So for me, I believe in context.
Yes.
This whole thing of just picking things from different places and use them in your space has not worked.
Yes.
We are dealing with situations right now because we have trusted other systems or other information portals to speak to our context, and it hasn't done the best representation. So yeah, I'm a big believer of this.
Yes.
And I wanted to commend you for thinking along that kind of thinking. You say this is an AI app, and I wanted search engine. Yes, I wanted to commend that forward thinking already, because now this is the age of AI.
Yeah.
So already you could do more with artificial intelligence, but also other things that I think are quite important is making sure that it's mobile first.
Yeah.
But also the offline. So I want you to go to the features, because that's one of the things that I wanted to hear more. What kind of features are you envisioning now that you can share?
Yeah.
I'm developing apps on the other side. And sometimes you keep some features. Afraid that some people will pick them up.
So basically, we are a team, and today my two friends didn't come, so they would speak more into the features. But as I said, our greatest engine is AI, artificial intelligence. So envision yourself entering. I would use a figurative language. You are entering a multi-story hotel. You can only access the 46th floor first by having been entering the first floor to the reception. So we believe that when you go into the ZONSE app through the AI, when you enter, you could enter for so many reasons. But why you enter is very important. So once you enter, there will be features that will welcome you. How do we help you? So if you're looking for a mechanic, then you obviously you have to check into the floor of mechanics. If you're looking for just a lodging place, you have to look for that. If you're looking for a service provider, so it has many rooms, so to say. Where you go depends on your interest. So are you selling or are you the one looking for a service? So it will have those features that when you go in, when you ask, if you just want to chat, it will take you to the chat rooms. If you want to do formal business, it will take you to the business segments. So it has got options where you can, when you're in the ZONSE app, you can also just relax, just like people relax on TikTok. So you just want to chat with people. So it has chat rooms, but it also has got serious features where you can look for local connections, you can look for regional connections, you can even look for global connections. One of the most important features, it will also have linkages. So if you're looking for directions, it can also link you to Google Maps. If you're looking for music issues, it can also link you to music related. So for us, it's an entry point. Once you enter there, it can do many things for you depending on how good you are at searching. This is where we thought about localization, so that if for some reason the user is unable to type, they can voice in, and they can voice in a local language. I'm looking for such a thing in a local language, and they should be able to be assisted. So it is made to make life easier by allowing for greater inclusion, gender inclusion, business inclusion, at whatever level, to make sure that the digital world is not an elite thing. It's something that is for everybody else.
Yeah. You know, the reason I was looking on my paper, but also checking online, is I have friends who they're working together on this product. And this is Kondwan Chimatiro and Danny Shuwinga a while ago.
Yes.
I think around the 2015s or somewhere there, or even before, maybe 2014. They worked on a search engine for Malawi. Yeah, it was a big hit that time. They were profiled. There's a lot happening. I don't know why they left it, but at first we were thinking that Malawi will have its own search engine.
Mm.
People don't know how important it is.
Yeah.
Maybe they do. I don't want to assume.
Maybe they do.
But having a search engine that is contextual, that provides you with a variety of, it essentially works as a gateway to so many opportunities for you to connect with this, is powerful.
Yes.
In different countries, they have their own. Specifically, if we talk about the sovereignty, of course, yes, we're talking about us being in a global village, but having sovereign spaces like ZONSE app would be a powerful one. So people may look at it from the feature perspective you're talking about right now, but from the way I'm looking at it, it's a gateway.
Yeah, actually a big gateway. For us, it's a highway, but a highway built for Malawians and the regional neighbors. We are actually thinking of the grassroots. For us, I think our inspiration is the grassroots. Anybody can use it. Even a high-tech person can use it. But where we brought in the local language, beyond the local language, to even build in the voice in.
Yeah.
The voice in, it means we are also defeating the barrier of literacy.
Yeah.
Because you could be illiterate, but you speak. So language is a tool, and language is power.
Yeah.
So as long as you have a local language that we've built, that can listen to you on the app, then mean you can access anything that a literate person can access. This is where now we are breaking the barriers, that digital economy is not for the educated alone. Digital economy is not for the elite alone. Digital access and digital world can be and should be for anybody else. That has got something to do, something to say. So very important for us.
Speaking about inclusion, which you have said, many digital platforms leave out rural women, young people without smartphones, and this is a big issue. I think I don't have the stats in my head in terms of the smartphone penetration in Malawi, but the numbers are increasing. How are you bridging the gap, specifically for rural people? You're talking about inclusion, which is a big thing, and I want to hear from you. And if you're speaking on that, I want you to reflect on the power of partnerships and why is it important specifically to onboard people in the rural setting who would not normally have access or understanding of some of these things.
So I will refer you to a very interesting concept that I read about a certain bank that did very well in India. And its concept was banking the unbanked. So to them, I will use the logo concept. They said, if you have got 5 kwacha, come and bank it. We'll open a bank account for you. Now you wonder how many people, because their money doesn't go to what you think, just keep the money. But when that bank said banking then banked, actually they found themselves banking a lot of people. The bank, their innovative low-scale banking was huge. So for us, we believe that we are partnering with the rural people who sometimes they feel that they are neglected or they're isolated, but the ZONSE app is opening up for them. And we believe that anybody out there who is interested in numbers, they should be interested in this, because there are more rural people than there are urban people. In fact, the dynamics in Malawi is actually at about 85% to 15 or thereabout, plus or minus. So most people of the 22 million are in the rural setup. And it is these people that we are targeting with the ZONSE app. Now also consider if we open up into the East Africa economy, it's also there, most people are in the rural area. So if the ZONSE app penetrates to the people that were otherwise left out in the digital access, this is a huge platform. And so much as we're targeting the rural people, we are also targeting the big people like the banks, the NGOs, people that are interested in reaching rural masses. This is their app, because you can talk about policies, you can talk about the various services that you provide to them. So we just believe that it's an inclusive app in the sense that it does not segregate everyone. The gender dynamics, people with disabilities, the youth, everybody is welcome to access the ZONSE app.
Amazing. You're talking about we say 80% of Malawians in
85-15, it could be plus or minus 2%. So
of Malawi.
Malawi is about 85% rural. And I said plus or minus 2.
Plus or minus 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I think
so,
about
so,
it.
so that should be 85% of 22 million. That's the mathematics.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
Yeah. Let me think about that.
Yes, and if we talk of the Swahili market, it's about 80% of 500 million. Huge market. So anybody who talks numbers, who talks data, this is the app that they should be financing. This is the app that they should be working with.
For Malawi, that's almost like 18,700,000.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Wow. Okay.
And the fact that we're designing it for low bandwidth, it can work offline, it can work on non-smartphones, it can work with a voice. That's huge.
That's huge.
That's very
Because that's where the people are. So all you have to fight for is just cell phone access.
That's it.
That becomes your so the bar to entry is being minimized time and again. Okay, fine. There's something that is always close to my heart. I am constantly talking to innovators, people that are building different products, and one of the things that bothers them is the idea of I will have a very good app, but I can't use it. Why is it that I can't use it? Why is it that I can not use it, but I can't make benefit, or people can't use it? Why is that people can't use it? Because people just download this app, specifically if you're doing a promotion.
Yeah.
Download my app, or do this, sign up, and they do it. But they're not constantly engaging on the platform. And that has failed so many big dreams.
Yeah.
Because there is that kind of a disjoint or a gap between I have downloaded it, and instead of using WhatsApp, I'll have to use this app.
Yeah.
What are your techniques? What are your thoughts in terms of how you're going to break that? And there could be so many other innovators that are building different products here, and they're grappling with a question, the question of continuity, the question of ensuring that people move beyond just having your product, but they use your product so you have clear analytics of use time and everything, and that helps you to learn from the user experiences.
Yeah, so I hear you. I think the question is, how do we monetize this app? How does it become of value?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Just for me to use it.
Yes.
I'm coming with a monetization later on.
Yes.
But you could say this is also app is ready.
Yeah.
Go download it on www.zonesapp.mw or something. And I go there and download it. And I don't use it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on how to move people from just having it
to
actually using it?
So as I said, we don't want just this to be an app people have in the App Store.
Yeah.
We want this to solve real problems. Real problems. So you remember this app when you have a problem.
Yeah.
So for us, we're attaching it to a problem.
Yeah.
You don't need it if you have no problems for the whole year, you don't need it.
Yeah.
So there's no one
there's no one
who has no problem the whole year.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
So you are traveling. I gave that example.
Yeah.
You are driving to Blanta. You arrive in Cheo, you have a flat tire. You don't know how to change a flat tire. You are alone, but you remember you have got ZONSE app. You go to your app. I am in Cheo, I'm at so place, and I have a flat tire, and I want mechanics around Cheo who know how to fix a flat tire. So the only mechanics that can reach you are those that are constantly also checking if there's something on them that
there's an opportunity for them.
So it's like Uber taxi. Uber taxi, you voice it, and then the nearest Uber will pick it. So for us, whether you're looking for a DJ that should come to your daughter's wedding, you need the app. Whether your daughter has passed and they want to search for hostels around Mubas, around Mast, you remember the app. Whether you are arriving in Kalonga for the first time and you're looking for Rogers in this range, as you drive to Kalonga, you remember the app. We are attaching it to a problem. So it's not just for fun that you play like a game. You have a problem, immediately you remember there's someone I can ask, and this is ZONSE app. So for us, you have a problem, you have the app, you have the solution.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to laugh or something. You have a problem,
You have the
You have ZONSE app.
yes, and then you have a solution.
You have a solution then.
There we
Cool.
are.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we're thinking about it.
Yeah, I think attaching it to a problem is a good psychological way
Yes.
for people that are learning. I met some students
Yes.
this week, and we're like, "Oh, we watch Africa for us to learn."
Yes.
So yeah, one lesson here that the director is sharing is everything is attached to motivation.
Motivation. Why are you using it?
Why is it
At that particular moment.
at that particular time?
Yes. And not in the morning. And so there has to be a good reason why you remember there is ZONSE app.
Yeah. Cool. That's very important. And I wanted to make sure that we nail that, because that helps us to build things that are actually being used and not just downloaded. Now, let's talk about the monetization, which was a section you already started to talk through. You are in the knowledge economy, I would say.
Yes, knowledge creation, knowledge dissemination, knowledge utilization.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the knowledge economy. Most of the things that I build, most of my inspiration projects are usually around the knowledge economy. I want you to start thinking about and maybe share with us where you see the app making money and being of value. The value, I think, is certain.
Yes.
But maybe where you're gonna start drawing the money. Happy to hear your thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So okay. So the initial motivation isn't money. The biggest motivation is a local app that everybody can relate to.
Yep.
So, for example, I gave the Matt Story Hotel. You enter for free on the main gate for free. Then you go on the counter. They tell you want to access floor number 46. Yes, but you can only access there if you pay for the room, and they'll give you an access card. So while as ZONSE app, we want to, in the initial pilot stage, there will be a lot of free things for people, just to make people get familiar with what it can do and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But for them to begin to be assisted in the deeper issues of ZONSE app, then they will begin to understand that they have to part with a little something.
Yeah.
But after they've already been hooked to the app and they've seen it work for them in some small issues. So for us, we believe that we excite, we have the relevant traffic, and later on we'll begin to craft for example, Airtel money. You know, at first there was a lot of doubt, but now everybody just uses it automatically. But you can't use Airtel money if you don't have certain aspects.
Yeah.
So we will also try to design features that can lock you out at a very critical moment that will make sure do something for you
to access it.
But there will be a lot of also free things that will allow people to use them for enhancing life. But also, if it has to solve your problem, there has to be something that you are ready to part with. A little bit of something very cheap, but it's the traffic we're interested in. How many people are using? So for us, the monetization will be the traffic. How many people are using app, even for $1 or less than $1 or whatever, but frequency of how often it's used. That's the key. That's the secret which we want to monetize.
Amazing.
Yes.
You see, what you're doing, I know other people know already, but what you're doing is big up, because do you know what OpenAI, the company that brought in ChatGPT, has been doing? Because of collecting a lot of information, because of using it daily, they have created they're creating more or less like a search engine, and people are saying OpenAI is going for the search engine market. So it's going for Google's and the Bing's, which is Microsoft. And the argument is, because people are using it a lot, it is learning the behavior patterns of people. So now you trust AI to give you 10 places to go than searching on Google to give you 10 places to go for you to click, because AI is going to give you 10 places to go within the numbers. What you do at those places and the rest of it. Imagine that localized for Malawi.
For ZONSE.
And how now companies will have to align to your algorithm to make sure that we are listed on the ZONSE app, because people are using ZONSE app as part of their daily living.
So yes, UNICEF, I'll use UNICEF, wants to reach parents with how to protect children. And they have seen the numbers on ZONSE app. UNICEF should be able to come to us and say, okay, we've got this service and we want to reach Malawians, or we want to reach this. Reserve Bank has a lot of information on financial literacy. They should be able to come to ZONSE app because of the numbers.
Yeah.
Or research institutions, they want to research something about Malawians. They will not bother much. They will now come to us and say, we want to research Malawians in this segment. We should be able to track and say, for this segment, this is what we'll do for you. So for us, we believe that it will be an app of choice for everybody. NGOs, faith-based organizations, research organizations, business communities, pretty much university institutions, pretty much everyone can use this app because of its diversity and dynamic use that you can apply it to.
Amazing. Yeah, true. So I know this trend. So that's why I'm saying I know this trend.
Yes.
People should go and check what OpenAI is doing with the search market and how they're bringing AI. So when I saw that it's AI powered, I was like, yes, keep building it.
Yes.
Because we need an AI powered that has understood the context of Malawi and the context of the African market and grows from there, so that we could for once have content. People don't know.
Yeah.
But we don't have content. When we say we have content, we talk about content that is maybe discussion people are having on Facebook or something. No, that's not the content that we should be proud to have. We should have content that is like the information, the quality of information. So you don't have to struggle. Now, if you want something, we post on our WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
I need to go out to this event. Where do I get XY?
Yeah.
We need to bleach that gap. And imagine this, that if we have challenges, people that have phones, we have a network, we have WhatsApp group. What about people that don't have those WhatsApp groups?
Exactly. So
they lose a lot.
So already those WhatsApp forums are islands, and the islands leave gaps unreached.
Yeah.
So with ZONSE app, we want to reach the people that are not in any particular forum, but they are on ZONSE app. So it's a big power community of users.
Yeah.
And it can go beyond the boundaries. And so I think that's where its advantages are. And we're excited about that kind of a possibility.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about challenges quickly. What are some of the challenges while you're developing this?
Yeah. So I think the biggest challenges that we think could be a challenge to us is limited connectivity. Particularly in the rural areas. Of course, that will come at the testing stage. As I said, this is a work in progress.
Yeah.
So we 3 months from now, we hope to test it. And so one of the challenges we expect is the limited connectivity. And that's why we've already thought about the offline model. And again, the challenge that we are anticipating at user level is low digital literacy. So the low digital literacy, we are already solving it by bringing the localized language, including visual support. So actually the built-in voice to us will be a very big strength for this. But also privacy concerns, digital privacy is an issue. So the ZONSE app will not work outside the full compliance of the national laws in as far as cyberbullying is concerned. So it will be developed with those issues in concern. How do you protect the users? How do you protect from people that just steal private information? So we are thinking about all that. But also the teamwork issue in Malawi is a big problem. So building it requires that you come together, you think through together to build a product, knowledge creation. That requires time. That requires sacrifice. And you are doing this maybe with a low budget. It's not. This is an idea that is not yet financed. So whatever you do, you are doing it out of your own sacrifice. And it's not easy to believe in an idea that has not yet brought a tangible product on the table. So all these, but the excitement is the prototypes that are working elsewhere. We are talking about global prototypes. So we're saying if it works at this level, at least AI is already there. Of course, we now are thinking of linking up to other also search engines. Elon Musk, Grok. Is there. The China one. So we will see how we can also use the local engines and tap into this, because Grok is also coming in very good. But we want to use what is already working out there by localizing to our own context. And I think our main product and unique feature is localization of this.
Key is the localization.
That's it.
And I always hear people saying, "No, the idea you're talking about is already there." Yes, it's there,
Yeah.
but people don't understand that. I've heard that there is a Facebook version that is special for Russia or something. I might be wrong, but there are so many versions of the same global products,
Yes.
but in different localities.
Yeah.
And in those markets, in those localities, they work
For sure. For sure.
because they fix.
The Google, let's go, the Google search engine,
Yeah,
it was just like that until some people thought of you localizing it in Chichewa.
yeah,
Now it exists.
yeah.
And those that thought about that, people said, why are you doing this? But
They've
it's
created.
a popular search engine.
Yeah,
Yeah. So even this, where we just want a digital access into the entire digital world, using the local context, a voiced local language, it's a big, big breakthrough.
yeah, true.
Sure.
Let's talk about fundraising. You say that you don't have money yet. And money is a bit of a challenge in the startup space right now, specifically in the Southern Africa.
Yeah.
There's more money in the Western East. We do call it East, but the countries like Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, and maybe even the north of Africa. Should be Morocco, Egypt, and so forth.
Yeah. Middle East.
There's a lot of money there.
Yes. Yes.
Apart from this part of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is are you raising capital right now? Are you looking for money?
So from where I work, from where I am, I don't start anything with an idea of where is the money going to come from.
Yeah.
Because to me, and maybe the team I'm working with, money is a manifestation of an idea. So to us, this idea is worth a lot of money. A lot of money. So our duty now is to package it in such a way that anybody who wants to finance us believes us. And we are developing, using our own ideas, resources, no matter how limited, to build some prototypes that can prove to anyone that this idea is workable. So for us, the biggest financial backflow is the idea, because any idea can become multi-billion.
Yeah.
So yes, money is a challenge, but we want to work with some prototypes and then go and look for partners. So partnership that can finance this, but also partnership that once they believe in us, they can say, okay, for us, build us these prototypes, and we want to have them on ZONSE app. So while the monies are not yet there, but the idea itself is so inspiring that we believe it will unlock very unique doors. We can sell this with Reserve Bank.
Yeah.
We can sell this with any other bank, because, for example, there's money fraud. How do we use the power of ZONSE app to defeat money fraud? We can discuss that with mobile money providers.
Yeah.
Out there, people are interested in teaching financial literacy. How do we teach financial literacy using the ZONSE app?
Yeah.
Where we have said we are leaving no one, it's inclusive. And people want to teach financial literacy at inclusion level, and then increase maybe the flow that goes to the bank. So banks should be interested in this. So to us, we believe that anyone doing business, small or cross-border, should be interested in this. So we believe the monies are going to come when we do develop some prototypes that people can relate to and say, this is workable.
Yeah, money will come.
For sure.
Money will come. When you're I don't know if you're talking to funders already, to some venture capitalists or maybe any other financing platforms. But if you are, or you're not, or you will, for instance, how are you going to describe ZONSE app? Is it an AI company? Is it a productivity suite? Or is it a local search engine? Or is it everything?
Yeah, so it's an AI-enabled search engine.
Okay, got it.
So it's not an AI app, but AI-enabled. So in other words, without AI, or if we remove AI and we bring in Grok, Elon Musk search engine, then ZONSE wouldn't work. So for us, we enter AI first, use its powerful search engine and localize it, and then do our stuff.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying it's an AI-enabled local search engine. And once you do that, then it's everything else that you find after that. So that's what we are.
Amazing.
With AI, which is an enhancement tool, we want to take advantage of it. Be one of the early people to take advantage of AI in the strongest way possible.
Yeah.
And then enhance others,
Yeah.
digital economy and all that,
Yeah.
through our local search engine.
Okay. I know you're still building, but you're an experienced professional in many platforms.
Yes.
I know we're talking about the app, but you are an accomplished professional.
Educator, governance,
Yes.
leadership. So those
You
are
have
teacher education. Those are my stuff.
yes. Last time we had the episode,
Yes.
one of your students who's working senior person within government texted me. He's like, he was my teacher. So it's like your story of how you have shaped the country and you have seen some of these problems at first hand cannot be disputed. So I want you to just to share your advice for young people that are thinking about building board solutions like this, because this is a board solution. It's not like I'm building an app that will help me to wake up in the morning. No, this is a board, because you're looking at how this is a big problem and you're thinking about solving it in a big way. Requires a lot of time, requires a lot of resources, requires a lot of everything in the plate. What can be your advice to young people?
So to begin with, I am a big believer in the power of dreams. And dreams must be bigger than you. Dreams must scare you. Otherwise, they stop being inspirational. So this is one of the dreams that we believe if it scares us and we succeed, it will be a big breakthrough. So to the young entrepreneurs out there, the thing I recommend most is self-belief. They must believe totally in their idea, because it comes from an idea. Actually, the future of the world, knowledge economy, you talked about knowledge economy. It will be very much based on the app. So, in the Middle East, in the USA, in China, in other places, the youth now are very busy trying to coding. Because if they hit a breakthrough with just one part of solving a problem using the digital economy, a lot of things can be solved. So for us, I would say our youth must get busy. They must start thinking solutions, thinking innovation. They can think on their own, but they can, work in small teams of 2, teams of 3, because where you stop thinking, somebody picks it up. You can start an idea and you reach an end point, somebody will pick it up from there. So you inspire, you bounce each other the ideas, and then on the table you keep improving the idea. So I would encourage teamwork, I would encourage self-belief and persistence. Just the will to go on until the idea hits the breakthrough.
The way to go on is one of the biggest things. I was talking to a colleague this week, just ending, that I'm a believer of people that are willing to go to the end. Whether that end is going to be a failure or success. I think the attribute of a winner is based in the idea of not giving up. And people that I trust are people that are willing to go all in. Whether you want to do something, might be academic wise, for instance. If you start, finish it.
It may take long.
It may take long, but you have to.
Let's be in the habit of finishing what we start. Otherwise, there will be so many unfinished products. And unfinished products are a sad story. Because he is somebody who believed in something, and for some reason, they were let down. So to me, I don't fear failure. We should not fear failure. We should only fear failure if we stop learning from what we try. But even if what you wanted didn't come out, what lessons did you learn? What connections did you make? So out of every experience, even if you didn't have the end product, you are going to have connections, you are going to have new inspirations, and you are going to have a detour which will connect into the main route. You arrive.
Speaking about finishing things. What's the plan of the ZONSE app?
So it's in 3 phases. Right now, as we speak, we are in the design phase. So 3 to 4 months of the design phase. Then we are going into the tryout phase, and we are going to try it out in 4 cities of Malawi: Mzuzu, Blantyre, Lilongwe, and Zomba. deliberately, because we believe the user interest for this might be higher.
Yeah.
And then the lessons we learned, we polish a bit, and then we try to roll it out across all the district council and maybe into the neighborhood. But meanwhile, we'll also be trying to develop other languages, because we may not start all flat out. So right now, it's a design phase. We are designing. Of course, we are beyond thinking.
Yeah.
We are out of thinking now. We are into the practical design.
Practical design.
And we are using people that have built apps before that are being used.
Yeah.
So we're not working with the people that experienced people. Young people are already into this space.
Amazing.
I am more from the thinking, the idea.
Yeah.
And I'm with the hands-on team that are actually, they know what they're doing in this space. And then we'll go into the trying them out for another 6 months, and then beyond that we try it. So somewhere around mid next year we should have finished rolling out to cities, trying it out, and then May 2026 upwards we will be trying out, maybe going countrywide. So that's the rough picture of where we are at.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like the plan. Sounds solid. Yeah. And which countries do you think ZONSE app, if it I believe it's going to work in Malawi? It's just an issue for how you're going to do these partnerships. I'll go back to the issue of downloading and not using. Onboarding is easy with different motivations, but regular activity comes in at the back of behaviors, psychological placements, that this is how it's done. Even for people to be checking their WhatsApp daily, it is a culture that was cultivated. So for
some, it's not even daily, it's like
every second, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, in that context, it means that you also have to create a culture that where people will have to get this. And I think, it's always about a problem. And WhatsApp fixes the problem of communication, instant communication, and they do it so effectively. And they have created, they have allowed people to create communities in that space. And you take it as yours, our WhatsApp group, our chat, but all that doesn't belong to us.
Yes, they're monetizing it.
They're monetizing that process. So that's one of the very important things that I wanted to make sure that it's clarified. But yeah, how do you think this app would work in Zambia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe?
So yes, so local language we are targeting is Tumbuka and Chewa or Nyanja. So the moment I mentioned that, Chewa is the whole country.
Yeah.
Tumbuka, it's a good part of northern Malawi, but it also flows into Zambia.
A bit of.
There are a lot of Tumbukas in Zambia, just like there are a lot of Nyanjas in Zambia. So already Malawi, Zambia are taken. I've also talked about penetrating into Swahili space.
Yeah.
And that's a different ballgame. If you penetrate into Swahili space, then we're talking of the entire Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, all the way into DRC. It's a big community. So our excitement also is beyond Southern Africa into East Africa and beyond. So ZONSE app might actually become an app for Africa, because if we begin exciting the Swahili, then the parts of West Africa that speak French and the like should be able to adapt some of our features into that. So we are not in a hurry, but we are excited about the tomorrow. When we enter this gate, I think it can be read into a big highway. Where I think in Malawi now we're talking of 2 lanes. There are countries that talk of 4 lanes, 6 lanes, but they started with 2 lanes.
So with 2 lanes,
we start with 2 lanes, or with Malawi and Zambia, but our aim is to hit East Africa and hit it well with the ZONSE app.
Yeah, and what do you think will happen in the next 5 years? Sometimes I'm scared about AI. I look at the developments, and I'm always thinking, hey, it's too much. It's a space that things are changing every day.
Yes. So there's no way of talking 5 years with AI, even next year or beyond.
It's don't know.
Yeah, but where we are building this space, we say let's be on top with AI.
Yes, if you're riding with it,
let's ride with it.
Yes, you're set.
So we are not fixing anything AI has already fixed. We are using it as an enabler.
Yes.
For us, that's power. Those who surf on the oceans, they don't create tides.
Yeah,
ocean has already created tides.
Yeah,
they simply surf on the tide. For us, our tide is AI.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one. And I hope people that are watching this will get this thinking.
Yes.
Because you can't beat this AI thing. You wake up tomorrow, there's a new model that is bigger. And
You can only ride with it. You can only flow with it. You can do things with it.
Yeah.
And that's what ZONSE app is going to do. And we're going to do it legally. We will follow all the laws there are, local and regional and global.
Yeah.
AI cannot come back to us and say, what are you doing? Because that's what AI wants to do.
Yeah.
AI is revolutionizing the digital world.
Yeah.
And we want to localize it as Malawians and say, it came in our time, and this is how we made use of it.
Speaking of localization, this is my last question now. What does digital independence mean for Africa and let's say Malawi and other countries at large? What does digital independence mean?
Unfortunately, digital independence is a very difficult question because the very reason we have the digital is to break the barriers. The digital has come to break the barriers. So that if you are a PhD student in Malawi, there should be no reason why you should enter a library in France if there's something that you can pick a book from France. And now with the digital economy, even if the book is in French or Greek, you bring it and there will be an app that will translate to you and then to understand. So, but in terms of independence, it has to be in terms of localization. If as Malawians we want to speak and enter the digital space using our local languages, then there is a little bit of fencing it to ourselves. Digital independence also requires you to think your thoughts. You are not censored. Even thinking about ZONSE app, there was no fear of anyone. There is the thinking freedom that I think I am allowed to think up. There is actually no limit to which you can think.
Yeah.
If you think about, you can ask AI anything today because they didn't think limitations. So the independence has to be free flowing. You are allowed to think to the level you want, but within that, take responsibility. That's why there are rules of the game that you must follow. It's not a free for all, but digital believes in breaking the boundaries.
Yeah. I hear you. My different side of the whole conversation.
Yes.
For me, digital independence means the power of localizing what is there. So yes, we've broken the barriers. We've created a global village. Content is there, but the power of still owning context.
So that's where I said, whatever global is there, we want to tap a corner for ourselves.
We need to,
which is localized in Malawi. And in Malawi, we can even localize further into a certain language, into a certain individual. Who has to voice in their needs at that level. So to us, that's as good as we can go. But otherwise, once we create that information, that's where I wanted to go. Once we create that localized information and it's on ZONSE app, believe you me, it is out there for people to find you. That's where there is that localization, but there is also the global, where the digital is an enabler. You can actually visit Trump. What did Trump say yesterday? You can attend Trump meeting while in Malawi. That's the power of digital. I can watch World Cup on my phone today. So these are the things that we should thank the digital world for, which were not there maybe 5-10 years ago. And these are huge breakthroughs.
True. And here we're a big fan of Africa as a continent. We're a big fan of building for Africa, building the future of Africa. And I'm a big fan of safeguarding the integrity of Africa, but also creating Africa-centric, if there's a word like that.
Yes, it is.
That
Africanism.
Yes, which and it also cascades to digital. So like last time we spoke about development, but now even digital sovereignty is also a big thing. I don't want to go there in detail because it's a different discussion. It's about us owning our servers. It's about us owning our content and everything. But I think just on the content side, but also making sure that we are creating platforms that speak to our values, speak to the indigenous knowledge, which we can't find when we Google.
Telling our stories, narratives.
Yeah. I'm game.
Yes.
And I think
Yes.
the ZONSE app would.
So you've reminded me one thing before maybe we close.
Yeah.
Out there, Egypt, Middle East, whatever, one of the reasons why they have got huge breakthroughs in this area, they believe in the power of ideas.
Yeah.
They finance
Yeah.
venture capitalists.
Mm.
Africa, Malawi inclusive, must have people that must begin believing in these ideas.
Yeah.
We've got people, even Malawians, that have broken the barriers of poverty.
Yeah.
Now they should be saying, how do we finance Malawi-centric ideas or innovations?
Yeah.
Or if it's at Africa level, Dangote should think beyond cement. You should think, inspiring innovators, right? Our own Tom Mpinganjira should begin saying, okay, he has broken through he's a billionaire
in dollars, yes.
Right? 1% will go to venture capitalists to inspire innovators like ZONSE app in Malawi. And from he says, you win, I win. And even if he gets a portion of 5% of whatever you become, that's why out there people believe in ideas.
Yeah.
You fail, fine. You win big.
Yes.
So this is where we must now go believe and finance ideas.
Amazing. That's a good way to end it. It's a call to financing. It's a call for enterprises that have made it, even individuals, to start thinking about creating these venture capitalist funds, which could go now to innovators, people that are building specifically bold ideas like this ones, because this is a bold idea. It's different from just a mere app idea. It's more about revolutionizing how we bridge the gap between the haves and the have-not. But also making sure that we onboard as many people into the digital space, and that traffic becomes resources for so many people. And we create our own vision, which is powered by AI.
Yes.
And we lead the way.
Yes.
This is amazing. No, thank you so much for coming through today.
Pleasure once more time.
To do this.
Let's talk anytime. This is our home. This is Africa. This is Malawi.
Yeah.
We owe it to ourselves, to the future.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
True. And next time you're coming in, we'll go back to development. We'll go back to development. I think there are so many things not finished then, but we'll go back to development as a whole.
Okay.
So that we still speak to this foundation, specifically around governance and why we need to do more to address our existing challenges. So, colleagues, until next time, I had Dr. Munthali here, who is now a usual guest of the show, and you're with me, McDonald, and I'm excited that you are always checking. This platform is for Malawi. For once, Malawians have an opportunity to have a platform that can discuss these things in detail, and you have it straightforward, no laughs, no banter, nothing, just discussions that can change your life, can transform how you think. And create a better nation, but also create a better Africa. So until next time, this is Her Africa, and we're out.
Bye.